Hi guys, Swansea here, back again for another video. Today, it's an unfortunate transfer video. Another player's left Swansea City, and it's a big transfer. So, as the majority of Swansea City fans know, and as I know now, Mike van der Hoorn has officially left Swansea City. He's been here for 4 years now. We signed him from Ajax for a fee of around €2.5 million. I'm not sure how much that is in British pounds, but it's not the biggest fee when we were in the Premier League anyway. He went on to make 125 appearances and scored an impressive 6 goals. It's not bad for a centre-half, 6 goals and 125 appearances. It's not too bad. He's a very big defender, quite physical, quite quick as well, considering he's not the... He's quite quick considering he's like really tall as well. You don't get many tall, quick players, but Van der Hoorn's an excellent defender, and we're going to miss him massively, especially in this championship period where it's going to be hard to get centre-halves in, going to buy players, trying to get players in. It's going to be really hard to do that. But Van der Hoorn was such a really good defender in the Premier League. In the first season, we didn't see enough of him. Obviously, Fernandez, I think it was Mawson who was playing then. I think Ashley Williams was gone by then, but Van der Hoorn, in the Premier, we haven't seen enough of him, and then he started to play in this 5-at-the-back system with Carlos Carvajal, and he looked really impressive. He looked like one of our better players. He scored against West Ham as well, and then when we dropped under the Championship, he was forming a good partnership with Joe Rodon. Van der Hoorn never really got injured in that first season. Unfortunately, he could not keep that the same for the second, but like I said, Van der Hoorn's a very exceptional defender, especially at this level. I think, could he do it in the Premier League? I'm not too sure about that. I'm not sure if he's ready for the Premier League football. When we were in the Premier League, though, he was 23, 24, which is a very... it's not young, but he was an experienced at the Premier League level. So, he's 4 years older now. I think he's 28 now. So, he's starting to go into his prime of his career, and we've seen what potential he has to go into his prime because some of his performances this season have been very good. So Van der Hoorn potentially can go to the Premier League, potentially go back to Holland. I've seen links of him apparently go to Norwich. I've seen Ajax running him back. So it'll be interesting as long as he does not go to a set of a championship club such as a Norwich. Then I'll be happy, because if he goes to another championship club, then I'm going to be a bit disappointed because he's left to move the next step in his career to go up to a high level. So if he does continue in the championship with like a Norwich or a Derby County, for example, who we're interested in January, then I'm going to be very disappointed in Van der Hoorn. So fingers crossed he either moves abroad or the Premier League. Yeah, some of Mike van der Hoorn's goals were... most of them are headers, to be fair. He's got a header against West Ham, Manchester United, which is always a big moment for a player to score against Manchester United. He was skipper during the 2018-2019 season. He was actually vice-captain to Leroy Fer, but Leroy Fer had a lot of injury problems in that season. So Van der Hoorn was the main captain throughout that season. He did a tremendous job, in fairness to him. It was his first role as a captain ever. He never captained a youth level, nothing like that, so it was his first role, and he took the leadership by storm. He was sorting out that defence really well. The only thing he couldn't really solve was a goalkeeper issue, because both of them were pretty what's the word, they were pretty woeful, to be fair. Mulder and Nordfeld, they just had no confidence in each other, so Van der Hoorn couldn't do much about that. But apart from that, I think he was talking to players a lot, and he was getting the referee's ear a lot. We don't see that much of Matt Grimes now, but Grimes is a lot different to Van der Hoorn. They've both got different qualities. I think Grimes is much better off the pitch as a captain than Van der Hoorn was on it. Yeah, Mike made 28 appearances this season, which is very good considering he had a few injury problems. He got injured against Brentford in October, came back, and then got injured again in January, and I think he had like a 5-month injury layoff, and then due to the coronavirus pandemic he was able to play again. So his last game for us probably would have been against Charlton if coronavirus pandemic never happened and football got suspended. But he made a return in, I think it was June, against Sheffield Wednesday. Did okay, didn't look the best in all the games he played since lockdown. He looked a bit shaky in a few, didn't look fully fit, but you've got to give Mike some credit for that. Playing when he's not fully fit just showed his character and his attitude towards us, never let us down. And some players, we've seen some players like Charlton, Lyle Taylor, people like that who knew they were going to move after this pandemic, and they refused to play. But Van der Hoorn wasn't like that. He probably knew, and I think Swansea fans and probably coaches knew he was going to leave, but Van der Hoorn wasn't like that. He would have played. If he got injured, he got injured. But you've got to give Van der Hoorn some credit, because he didn't have to play, did he? He could have done a Lyle Taylor or several other players in the Championship who refused to play. But Van der Hoorn, really good leader, and we will miss him in the future. We will miss him. Very impressive stat from Mike van der Hoorn is he's never had a red card for the Swans. In 125 games, he's not had a red card, which, it's amazing for a centre-half. He has had a few yellow cards now and again, but usually, centre-half, they get 1 or 2 red cards in their time in the club, a silly foul, something like that. But no, Van der Hoorn, really good defender. I think he came in at 23, he's finished at 28, so 5-year period of his age anyway. And, you know, he's grown a lot. In the first couple of games in the Premier, like I said, he was a bit shaky. I wasn't too sure about him. But he was actually one of my favourite players in the Premier League with Bo Habasser. And, yeah, that didn't end well, did it? But Van der Hoorn, what an exceptional, talented defender. I mean, I think he's better than Joe Rodon personally. People might have a go at me for that, but I still think he's a bit better than Joe Rodon. But Rodon now, we can't let Rodon leave and Van der Hoorn, two of our best centre-halves. So Van der Hoorn leaving's a big shame. But we've had some links with Daniel Ayala. We were linked to Grant Hall before he went to Middlesbrough. So we need that experienced centre-half. Because as it stands, we've only got Benjamin Cabango. I don't know why I call him Benjamin. Ben Cabango and Joe Rodon. And none of them are vastly experienced. So that's all I'm going to talk about Van der Hoorn. Make sure you comment down below. Are you annoyed that Van der Hoorn's left? I'm a little bit annoyed, to be honest. Like I said, he's our best defender in my opinion. Experienced. High wages, yes, but it's not as high as Andre Ayew and Bo Habasser and people like that. So for one good reason Van der Hoorn's leaving, it will help the club financially due to his financial package. But one loss of him leaving is, will we be able to have another good spell of the playoffs without a leader like Van der Hoorn at the back? So that's it for Van der Hoorn, but I'm going to talk about the other contract players now. Wayne Routledge, Nathan Dyer and Carl Norton. There's been no news of them three today. Their contracts were up to yesterday with Mike Van der Hoorn, but apparently the club is still negotiating contracts with him, so I'm not going to talk about them because we could still sign a new contract. So when it's officially confirmed they've left the club, I will do a video on that. Same with some of the under-23 players. I know there's a few under-23 players who are going to leave as well, but there's been no confirmation of that, so I don't want to make a video if it's not 100% confirmed, otherwise it could be false. So when other news is confirmed, the video will be out about some of the under-23 players leaving or staying, and some of the senior players staying or leaving. So that video should be out very soon as the Swans can confirm whether they're staying for next season or they're gone. So thanks guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts on Mike Van der Hoorn are. My honest thoughts, a little bit disappointed that he's left, but I can understand why for the club and the player. So best of luck to Mike Van der Hoorn in the future. Let's hope he does not go to another championship club. Let's hope he either moves abroad to the Premier League. But he's a very good defender, and I'd like to see him succeed in the rest of his career. And I forgot to mention his son was actually born in Swansea, so I think they'll be visiting Swansea again sometime soon. So best of luck for Van der Hoorn and his family in the future. Really good defender, really nice guy, and hopefully has a good career. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I need one more chance, oh baby, let me show you. I need one more chance, oh.